Hi and welcome again to Tech It Out and to my continuing search for a replacement for my Microsoft Band 2, which has now been discontinued. Today we're going to be looking at this, the Fitbit Blaze. This is the steel version with the black armband. Comes in various different colours. We're going to unbox this and have a little look at it. Then give a little quick opinion on what is in the box, and I'm going to try it for a few months and then come back to you and tell you how I've got on with it. I thought it'd be fairer to give it a good little while to actually try it out than to just put it on, try it for a day or two, and then, well, decide what I think then. So let's get it out of this box. It's quite a nice box inside here, very nicely packaged. Side just flips out, and inside you've got the watch itself, and down here we've got the instruction manuals and guarantee and warranty paperwork, all in this nice little packet. That needs to be kept safe and studied intensely, so I'll put that away carefully into the drawer of obscurity. There it goes, and let's have a look what's in this other box underneath. I would imagine in here you've got the charging cables and the sync cable and things. I do like these little pull-off tabs. Instead of just ordinary sellotape, they're resealable tabs. So inside here we have, yes, the charging dock. To charge this, you have to use this particular cable. You can't charge it with anything else. It's got USB-A on one end and then this little clip-in cradle thing on the other. I'm not sure what I think of that as yet. So let's have a look at the watch itself. That's all that's in here, so we can move the box out of the way. Have a closer look at the actual watch. Nice little rubberized strap with a normal watch clasp. The Band 2, of course, had a clip-on clasp, which I really like. Just put your hand in and clip it together and it was done. This one's more of a traditional, so I've actually managed to press the button as I was unwrapping it there. So it's booting up. Let's turn it around the right way first of all. There we go, it's booted up now, and we have to now go to the Fitbit.com website before we can do anything else. We can't use the phone without registering and signing on to the website, which is a bit of a pain. Anyway, on the back here we've got the charging port, and I open this up. What you do is you pop out that little square insert. Just give it a little squeeze. There we go. And then you fit this into the dock. Make sure you've got the prongs in the right side. Close it up, plug it in, and charge it up. Now, I'm not sure. I don't like this already. I think it's a bit of a fuss. You can't just plug a little micro USB in. It would be much easier. Or indeed to have a dock that it just sits on. Or just magnetically just clips onto the back, perhaps. It would be much easier. That's what the Microsoft Band does, and many others do. You can't actually put it in that way. You've got to go in the right way, so it's very fiddly, this. That's the watch itself. The band feels really nice, but I'm not sure exactly how I'm going to get on. Well, it's actually been 5 months, not 4. The month of December is always a little bit busy for me, but we finally got back round to finishing off the Fitbit Blaze long-term review. Now, a quick reminder of why I bought the Blaze in the first place. It was to replace this, the Microsoft Band 2, and I'm still having trouble finding any watch, really, smartwatch, sports band, that matches the specifications of this. And as you can see, the reason I needed to replace it was because the strap had begun to split, and you can't replace it because lots of the sensors and the charging port are actually built into the band. Now, the specification on this, as I said, is really, really good, and it really sets the bar quite high. The Microsoft Band then is equipped with continuous heart monitoring, and it connects of course to the Microsoft Health app and also to the website. It gives tracking for running, biking, golf and lots more as well. Distance, speed, mapping, elevation, and it actually gives you your personal bests. You can get notifications on it. You get your email, texts, calendar, call alerts and everything else. You can take notes on it, and you can actually use it to use voice commands on Cortana and set reminders and so on. It's water resistant, not waterproof, water resistant, and it's got 11 sensors including a GPS, UV sensor and barometer. So as you can see, it is really, really well equipped. Now the Fitbit Blaze on the other hand doesn't have quite as many sensors. If you turn over the box there, you can see it says steps, distance, active minutes of calories burned and so on, workout stats and sleep stats as well. Now it does have a continuous heart rate monitor, the same as the Microsoft Band, and it does have the charging, and as you saw from my unboxing, the charging is really, really awkward, and I don't like it at all. It is the one thing really that has put me off it, but it does have removable bands, and you can change the bands, you can change the surround, and you can set it up the way you want it to set up. It does have notifications, but the notifications, I'll just check and make sure. I've got it upside down again. The music control doesn't work very well. I'll just make sure there's no notifications. No notifications on there. Again, they're intermittent. They don't seem to work properly for some reason. Sometimes you get them through, sometimes you don't. It does have that continuous heart monitor. You can see it on the face there. It automatically tracks your various exercises and training and so on, or you can do it manually. It also has the Fitstar app there, which gives you various exercises. You've got a relax mode to tell you to sit down and be quiet for 5. You've got a timer and lap timer, and you've got alarms and the settings there, very basic settings. And when it comes to the actual watch faces, there's not many of those to choose from either. So yeah, it's not as full featured as the Microsoft Band. The other thing the Microsoft Band had was a very nice full color display. Very good in the daylight, bright daylight, you could see it quite well. It does have a very reflective screen, but most smartwatches and fitness trainers tend to have that anyway. The fit though really in sunlight is not that good. It's very hard to see, especially in bright sunlight. So yes, that's the band itself. Now, for monitoring sports, it's supposed to automatically monitor when you're doing sport. One of the things I found, if I'm traveling very slowly in my car, it thinks I'm on my bike and gives me a report to say that I've been cycling, or indeed I've been running. So it's not really that good for automatic use. I really recommend, if you're going to use it, to use the actual built-in various weights: bike, workout, run, treadmill, elliptical. So as you can see, there's a few there. Again, not a great deal. What do I think of it then? Well, it's great on the wrist. It really feels nice. It's nice and thin and light, and in many ways it's really nice to use because it just sits there and it gets on with it. But at the end of the day, it's not what I wanted. Partly because it doesn't give the updates for messages and emails and even appointments. Sometimes it buzzes on your wrist, sometimes it doesn't. It just seems to not take any notice of a text that's come in or whatever. It doesn't get through properly. There are 2 Bluetooth settings on this, and I've tried both, but neither seem to work properly. They seem to miss texts or miss messages or alarms. And of course, there's no ability to leave a message or record a message. The music player remote control, well, it's never worked properly for me. I don't know if it's something to do with me having a Samsung phone. But yes, on the whole, I would say, because there's nothing to match the Microsoft Band anymore, this is a good replacement perhaps for somebody who's just doing sports. Actually, though, I think you'd probably want to go with more of a dedicated sports watch if that's what you were looking for. I wanted a bit of both. I wanted a smartwatch that I could use for sports monitoring as well. This isn't it. It tries to do both, and it doesn't do either very well. But the worst part is, I'll put that over there, the charging. Having to take this off every time and put it in the cradle. What I found was that I was taking it off and putting it in the cradle and then forgetting it. And I'd come back several hours later and realise it wasn't on my wrist. So all the monitoring that it was supposed to be doing, it just wasn't doing. Whereas the Microsoft Band was almost always on my wrist. I would take it off for an hour or two to actually do the charging, and it would be back on my wrist. Even overnight, it'd be quite comfortable. So I did buy something to try and help, and that is this. Now this is a cradle from Hapus, and it's a Fitbit Blaze charging stand and desk stand for your mobile phone as well. I haven't tried it, I haven't even opened it yet, so I'll do a quick unboxing of this now. It's not going to be a lot in here, it's just going to be the stand and a USB lead, I would imagine. And I would suggest, if you are going to buy the Fitbit Blaze, to get yourself one of these. They're quite cheap off Amazon or eBay or whatever, and in essence what you don't have to do is take this out anymore. You just leave it in the watch, if I can get it back in, and then you put the watch in the cradle like that. Now why couldn't Fitbit have just sent one of these with the watch in the first place? I mean, you could have still made it so it was removable, but it would have been so much easier than trying to fiddle, trying to get the actual unit in and out of this on this really plasticky, cheap plastically and flimsy little charging dock. After 4 months then, I used it. I didn't use it as much as I ever used the Microsoft Band. It didn't give my notifications the way I wanted it to. It didn't record training sessions as well either, I don't think. And in the end, I didn't wear it as much. In fact, the past month, virtually, I haven't even had it on my wrist once. In conclusion then, if you're going to do it and you want something for sports, get yourself a sports band, a proper dedicated sports band. If you want something to do notifications, go for one of the Motorola or Android Wear smartwatches. Don't go for the Fitbit Blaze. And the replacement that's just come out as well is not much better. Very limited in apps, very limited in screens for the dial face, and very limited in its actual use. So that's my review, long-term review of the Fitbit Blaze. I hope it's of use to you in making up your mind what you want to do, and I'm still praying that Microsoft will bring out a Microsoft Band 3.